Yatahe, and welcome. This is what your soul has been looking for. It's crazy that you actually clicked on it, and it wasn't to see me, but it was to see my soul, because your soul needed that. And that's how souls and we're connected. It's funny, I used to work at the Venetian Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, one of the biggest casinos on the strip, and I worked at Canyon Ranch Spa Club. And I met people from all over the world, all different kinds of soul. And to be honest with you, when I went to massage school, I went to do more of a healing, and then I got into the spa, and it turned in more to a paycheck. And I was doing 7 massages a day, 4 days a week. And I mean, I loved the work, I loved the pay and stuff, and the people. But here I am every day taking on energy and stuff and not understanding all the energy that was taken in or what I was even given. Um, it was crazy because I had this one lady, and I think I was there for about 5 or 6 years at the Venetian. And I had a lady that would come once a year, maybe. And, I never really remembered her because of the fact that I did so many massages. But then once I started massaging, I kind of felt who it was, and then, some of the conversation and everything. So I didn't see her, and gave my 2 weeks, moved back all the way back to Ohio, to a little place in Ohio called Bay Village, Ohio. And I wanted to do massage, but I wanted to do it more on a personal level and more of a healing instead of, the spa, 7 days or 4 days a week, 7 massages. And I want to eat this because I love pineapple and oranges. I mean, they just are so quenching to the story. So, mm, let me get it down. I should not have did that because I was in the middle. I could edit, but I don't know how to edit, so you're just going to have to deal with it. So back to the massage that I was doing. So she'd come once a year, and um, I moved away. And I didn't tell her I was moving. And back then, maybe the only social media that was out there was MySpace. I'm not even sure if that even took off. But anyways, there wasn't all the smoking caterpillars on Instagram and uh, X and YouTube and all the things that are out there. So she had no idea that I left, and I went back to a little place called Bay Village, Ohio. I started working in uh, Rocky River as a massage therapist, and it was called Rocky River Therapeutic Massage. So, anyways, I was working there for over a year, and I get a message from my boss. Hey, this lady's coming to see you, and she says she knows you from Las Vegas. And I'm like, well, what's her name? And she told me her name, and it didn't ring a bell at all. And I said, I don't know. And anyways, it ended up being that woman that I knew for every year she would come in by herself. She was a news anchor in Arizona, and she actually got transferred to Ohio, and was a newscaster there and was looking for a massage therapist. And she happened to be living in Rocky River, which is a suburb of Cleveland, and she worked for Cleveland. And it wasn't that she was looking for me, it was that her soul was looking for me. And that was the connection. Our two souls have met at one time. I mean, she had no idea that I was leaving. She had no idea. Yeah, I might have told her I was from Cleveland. Who knows? But for a soul to go 2,800 miles to reconnect and stuff, I mean, it's strong energy. And I mean, that's what you got to be careful with when working with energy and stuff. I believe everybody can work with energy if you want to pull back the veil. That's the thing. Can you break on through? Look behind the other side. What's there? And once you start doing that, you can start feeling, people's energy. I mean, I used to do massages, and I would be in tune with somebody, and I would be able to sink into their, skin, muscle, the insertion, to where I actually gave them such a relief and release points during the massage and stuff, where it was almost, it was beautiful. And so when you're doing massage or doing that kind of work and stuff, any kind of energy work, you have to be careful because you could have meridians. There's meridians all over your body and stuff. And if you're with the wrong therapist and not, licensed or understanding energy work, and it's just a flyby, they can leave you completely open for energy that you don't want to take in. That's why I have a double tattoo over this big chakra. My energy was too high. So at one time, I had a bat right there, and I used to make the bat fly, the wings and stuff, and the kids loved it. So I needed to cover up the bat because I was going through transformations, and I didn't like this bat. It didn't represent me how I thought. So, I gave it some thought, and I pictured myself in a herd of ram and stuff. I'm in Aries, and I was in a herd of ram running and stuff, and then the herd went one way and I went the other way. So I got the ram tattoo over the bat, and it's hard to see unless you're really looking for it. But anyways, it covers up one of your main chakras there. So I can only let so much energy in and out. And it's something that I've come to, work with, because I've been able to put my hands on somebody and touch them and know what kind of energy is. I can still remember the one massage I did, and I did thousands of massages, but the one that I remember the most, there was something about this person, and he was from Britain, and he had this British accent, and he was older and stuff, and he had something behind him. I couldn't tell. I wanted this massage over so fast, but it was just a terrible massage and stuff, and I went out and I was just shaking off my hands that energy and stuff, and it was just like tar coming off me, and it was like a vampire just sucking me dry. And that's, some people do that and not even know that they're doing it, that they're like vampires, and they come by you. I mean, you've been by that person where they're talking and talking, and all of a sudden you're so exhausted, you're like, oh, this is, what's going on here? And so there's all kinds of energy like that, and all kinds of flow to energy. So like I said, it might not what you want, but your soul needed this, and to learn more about it, because I talked about people talking to the dead or whatever, and if that works for them, whatever. I am more into somebody like giving me a hug. Like, I can give people hugs and I can tell how pure they are, and I learned this new thing. It's called a heart hug, where you take your heart and you press it on their heart and you give a hug, and that will tell a lot about the person and stuff. And where I'm from, there's a lot of pure hearts and stuff, a lot of great hugs and stuff. And then there's hugs that I get, maybe a little pat on the back, and that's like, it's okay, one of those pats how you used to get when you were a kid. Or sometimes somebody will actually take their hand and rub my back and stuff. So you can just really feel what the person means when they give you a hug. And I've had some really personal, intimate, beautiful hugs from people that have meant a lot. And this is not only from women, this is from men. And so that's very important, because human touch, as we're humans and stuff, it's very important. I massaged this lady who she started crying during the massage, and I barely even started the massage, and I asked her, I said, what's wrong? And she goes, I haven't had anybody touch me in about 2 years. And just that feeling of skin on skin from another human, and that's what made my work. Even though I was in a club and stuff, I really took the time, because I knew how much money these people were paying. I was working for a great company, so the representation I gave was for the company, and there was a lot of great people that got me in the profession and stuff, that gave me a chance, and I learned a lot of people, learned from a lot of people, different kind of techniques and energy work, and stone massage. I mean, there's all kinds. I mean, we could talk about stone massages and crystals all day long here. I mean, I have such a beautiful soul in Florida, and that's what she works with. She makes jewelry and it's just great, great stuff. And she just came into my life just out of the blue. Here I am, and we're talking about stones. She's given me beautiful gifts, and I have so many people in my life like that because that's what I'm trying to surround myself with. Now, you have to be careful of the people that want to suck the energy from you. Those people can be very dangerous. They're basically just using you for your energy to keep their source going. It's basically like a vampire and stuff. And what I'm trying to give you on this channel is I'd say a vitamin of love. Some of my knowledge, some of the things that we can, work through and try to get to this point. I've already talked about doing some yoga. I'm hoping. I'd also like to do, get together, which I'm working out with one of the store owners. So I'm looking to have a get together, and I'm hoping from people from all over because I'm just not broadcasting to my Facebook and to the people I know. This is going worldwide, and I'm hoping that that we can connect somehow, if not in person. Let's use this to our advantage, these platforms, and connect this way. So, how long have I been?
11 minutes.
11 minutes? I think that's long enough. I said I was, with the herd of ram, and I kind of went my own way, and there's nothing wrong with being different. There's nothing guaranteed to us. I've known people that have made plans in the future. I want to do this, I want to do that. The thing is, the future is not guaranteed to anybody. Right now, right here, with you watching what you're watching, and I'm here, this is the future, and I have to make today as if it's the best day that I've ever had. And we hear that so much, but it's so true because you don't know what tomorrow brings. And if something happens, or whatever, at least I know that I did everything that I needed to do. Do I want to go? No, there's a lot more to do yet, and a lot more to see, and a lot more to touch and stuff. But right now, I'm pretty much at peace where I'm at, and I know that there's so much more than just this. I'm not saying we're going to be on clouds and harps and sitting at a table, drinking wine and passing cannabis around and stuff with all the apostles, but I know there's something else, than just this. I have a lot of people that come to my dreams. I have a lot of people. They never talk, though. They never will talk, but they let you know that everything's going to be okay, and to be the best you can do at this point in this life, because it's such a short time. And some people have longer books to write, and some people have short books to write. It's just how it goes. There's tragedy in life and stuff, and you can do two things with tragedy. You can either go down with the tragedy, and really sink to the bottom, or you can swim with the tragedy. You never get over it, and what you're trying to do is actually learn something from that tragedy, and take something that as bad as it is, how can I improve, how can I get better with this tragedy and stuff. For me, giving up things were always easy. I try not to be a addicting person. I started out with such, simple things like fast food. I said, you know what, I'm not going to eat any more fast food. I'm not going to drink any more alcohol. I'm not going to drink any more milk. I try to do little things, not all at once, but in time. You have to do everything in moderation and stuff. And when you're doing it in moderation, I think it's a lot less wear on you and stuff. It's not so good to indulge. You want to do everything in moderation and stuff. And it's funny because I used to think that I had to drink this bottle right then and there and get it done, and whatever. It's not like that at all. And I just quit the alcohol completely and stuff because I didn't want to be into that. I would start with good intentions with alcohol, but then it led down a really dark hole and stuff. And this was after a tragedy, of course. And I'm not that person. So I completely woke up one day And you can't tell me somebody that was, drinking Jack Daniels and whatever, all of a sudden he just, stops. Well, that's what I did. I just said enough's enough, and I woke up. Was there a light or anything? I don't know. There was a lift that part of my life was done, and it was a new beginning for me. And that's always the great thing. You can always, transform yourself. I mean, you are what you're born with, your soul and stuff. And then a lot has to do with your, raising up, how you're raised. But you can try to become a better person. But it's the love and nourishment that you get as a child and stuff. I mean, it's been shown, that if a monkey is taken away from its mother as an adult, it's very aggressive because it wasn't shown the love that it, needed to perform as, an individual, as, an animal. And it's aggressive, and it's just like humans and stuff. If you're not giving the care, and then all of a sudden it's, Johnny's got a problem at school, or whatever, and it stems from a lot of, the lack of affection, and it all comes back to the mother. It just always comes back to the mother, and that's why, I always respect, our Mother Earth, Mother Water. It's so important to respect all of that stuff, and it's something that I work on, including my own mother. So I mean, I think that's about it for today. I think we touched on a lot of things, and I told you a little bit more. I appreciate you guys taking the time and watching. I hope it's helping you as it's helping me as I go through this journey. The journey is never over, it seems, and then after this life, there'll be another journey that I go to and stuff. And, who knows what that journey, may be. Maybe I'll come back as a pirate ship sailor, a Viking, you just don't know. There's so many realms. But right now, because you took the time, your soul and my soul need this together. And that's what I'm trying to do. I want good people. Now, sometimes I get a soul that's, not so good, and it wants to be confrontational. I've had many of that, where I've had somebody come up to me and they know nothing about me, but yet they want to be confrontational. It could be because of my, energy, or what my soul is, saying, because it's that little voice we all have. It's not voices, it's a little voice. And if you can get in tune with that voice, you'll be able to slow things a lot, slow it down a little bit, So I leave you guys with that. Thanks for watching. Give me that subscribe. Check out Instagram, YouTube, and my ex, Smoking Caterpillars. That's where you can find me. There's also a .com out there that we're putting together. And you'll see us on meetup.com pretty soon. I'm going to have a meetup to where we're going to have meetings to where we can get together as individuals and, share our energy and share, one another. Because I think it's important for us to get together more and get back to the basics. And because this technology, if used wrong, it could be very harmful. And people have actually died because of this energy that this technology brings to them. So I'm going to get back to my pineapple and oranges because they're probably heated up in this Georgia sun that I'm looking forward to. And they're pretty juicy. So I will talk to you guys later. Let me give you my peace, and I love you. Bye-bye.